Hey, hello, agents. This is Captain Herzon, and let's see if I can get myself up there. Yeah. Oh, I got to keep my head to cover up the reflection of um, chandelier. Oh, look, I'm a constellation. Okay. So today is all about uh, calculating angle of impact. And what's kind of special today is I'm going to show you of how you can do your measurements on your paper on your computer. Okay, so uh, beware of the due dates and times um, for this week. And let's get started. Okay, the first thing that we need is we need an online ruler. So let me show you. Um, and you're probably going to be very familiar with the Chrome Web Store. And it's going to be important that you have your you're using Google Chrome. Okay, so you can access everything, and that you should also be signed in um, to your mcpsmd.net account. Okay, so up here on the left, where you see the search window, if you just type in ruler, okay, what you will find um, is a, a whole list of rulers come up. Um, if you are able to see this menu on the left hand side, some of you might only see the extension. I have a way around that, but if you have, if you are able to select apps, go into that. And this is the first app, and this is the one that we want to launch. Okay, so um, once that you select this, you're ready to launch. But I want to pay special attention to those that don't have that may not be able. They can only see the extensions, and I have a little trick in your browser. If you can just search for Edge, the web ruler, and this is the one that you want to open. Okay, so when you open this, okay, um, you can see it goes defaults right to the web store, and you should be able right up there, right up there, you should be able to launch this application now. So go ahead and press it. Good job. And now it launches, and and here is step-by-step instructions. Um, let's see if I can move myself around. All right. So if you're able to access the web store, um, you want to select the apps. So if you are like my screen right now, you don't see um, how do you go ahead and launch the app? Okay. Well, um, one thing that we have to do is um, we're going to need to calibrate our ruler according to our screen size. But let me show you where you can find um, this new ruler tool. If you go down here to the far left, you'll see that little circle. Go ahead and click on that. That's the launcher. Okay. And if you don't see it in this menu that pops up, it will be in your apps if you um, search your device. But mine is showing up. Usually new apps will pop up in this little menu right here. It says Edge Ruler. So you can go ahead and click on that. And now you can actually see here, this has the makings of a ruler, but what you want to do is you need to select PX as pixels, centimeters, and then inches. We want centimeters. But as you can read here, the diagonal screen size, you need that for calibration. Now, I already calculated what mine is. I'm going to have it blank so I can show you how to do this on your computer. Okay? Um, so, what you're going to need to do is measure the length of your computer screen and the width of your computer screen. So let's go ahead and do the length here. I want to put this ruler at the very end. And one thing about this ruler, you can extend it or shorten it. So you want to extend it all the way and take a measurement. Like mine is just over 45 40 centimeters. It's like 40.5. Okay. Yeah, about 40.5. Oops. Okay. Actually, it might be just a little bit more than that. All right. Now, one thing you'll notice that I can't make the ruler longer than my screen size, if you notice that. Okay. Now, let me shorten it up again. Okay. Now, right here, do you see these two rectangles? One is horizontal. If you click on the other one, that will open up a vertical ruler. And if you just bring your mouse right over it, it will populate and you and you'll have to again click centimeters. So now both of these are set for centimeters. Okay? So now to measure the width, we're going to measure just straight down. Okay. Now, one thing is down is this menu bar. This is going to be in the way. Okay. So we, this is the shelf that I just want to move it out of the way. So it went now to the left side of the screen. Now I'm able to extend and measure all the way down. So it looks like I'm just about at 23, maybe a little bit less. Okay. Um, maybe like 22.8. Okay. All right. Um, I'm going to close both of these. All right. But you want to remember your measurements. And let's go ahead to the next screen. All right. One thing that we're going to need to do, again, is calibrating the ruler. Let's see if I can get my head out of the way. All right. So we had this set for centimeters. All right. And okay, we've got that done. And now we got to calibrate your diagonal size. Okay. So I just went ahead and showed how you measured the length and the width. So let's go to the next slide here. So to calibrate your diagonal screen size, we're going to go to the Omni computer. Now, this is an active link. Okay, so this is your screen size calculator. Now, over here to the left, okay, you have the type of screen. Usually, if you go on to settings and go on to display, you can see the current setting. And usually it's around like like a 2-to-1 ratio, but you can change that because some of you might have laptops that have a very wide screen. Okay, so you can select the one that's more pertinent to your computer. But I just left mine um, 16 by 9. Okay, um, it was about like my ratio was about 1.77, so it wasn't exactly at 2-to-1 yet. So I left it here at 16 to 9. Okay, now the diagonal, I'm going to need that in millimeters. Okay, um, and my actually, oh no, we want this in centimeters, and measured my width and my length, and now I can put in those numbers here. And if you recall, I can actually just launch my app again. Okay, because I already forgot. It's my secret. Okay. There we go. In centimeters. Okay. So about 22.8. That's my height. Okay. And look at that. It already knew what my width was, 39. So my diagonal is 44.9, or we can just round that to um, to 45. I wonder if it would let me put in decimals. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so 22.8. I think that's what it is. But whatever this number comes out to, um, comes out. You want this measurement like 46.5, and we want to open up. Let me get this shelf. Okay, so centimeters. It's looking more like it. Yeah, it's actually about 23. So let me go to this calculator. 23. Okay. And And I'm going to have to move this shelf again down to the bottom. Let me just double check to see if this was 41. Actually, no. Okay, like 40.5. Okay. Okay. So now it comes out to 46.6. Now I can go back and select my rulers. Well, actually, let's go ahead and bring up um, the worksheet. And when I bring up the worksheet, you want to make sure that this is um, the page view here. Okay. The page view is at 100%. You see that up here at up here on the left. Okay. So now if I go ahead and grab my ruler, okay, now I can put in the size, and yep, 46.6. So you saw as you enter in the diagonal measurements, it will change. So now you can just go ahead and measure the width, and this looks like about 6. Okay, so that's 6 millimeters. And if it's more comfortable to make it a little bit smaller, just to move around. And then also I'm going to need the length. I need that in centimeters. And that comes out to, it's not quite at 2. It looks like that 18. Yeah, not 16. I made a mistake. It should be 18. Okay. So I don't know how I update this. 18 millimeters. Okay. So this is actually going to come out the angle degrees. Remember, we learned how to calculate the angle by dividing the width divided by the length. Okay, and then you take the inverse sine. Yes, 19.47. Okay, yes. Okay, so now you want to take measurements for all 10 of these and then calculate the angle of impact. So you might want, if you're able to print this out, so you can have one on screen to measure, and then you can write down your measurements and your angle of impact calculation for all 10 of these. If you don't have a printer, just get a sheet of notebook paper and number 1 through 10. And then you can put, length divided by width is equal to the quotient. Like the first one here, 6 divided by 18, the quotient is 0.33333. Repeten. And then just taking the arc the inverse sign of that. So you'll do that for all 10. Then what you're going to do, once you have that finished, you'll go into Canvas. Okay, and here we are. Now I'm going to select your view so you can actually see this. We want to go to Assignments. And upcoming assignments, angle of impact assessment. Okay, so you click on that. And it's loading. Okay, so make sure you have your calibrated ruler. There is no time limit on this, but it'll show you the due date according to your period. So once that you have begun, you'll see here that you're only typing in numbers. Okay, so if the first blood stain, let's say, is 45 degrees, you'll just type in 45. Okay, and here is, a copy of the worksheet here, but you'll enter in just the angles for all 10. Yep, there's number 10, and then you can submit. So this is a 20, each of these is worth 2 points for a grand total of 20 points. And this is the first all task and assessment of the marking period. Okay. All right. This is Captain Herzon. Record this tab. Where am I? All right. Have a great day, everyone. Fist bump. Ooh, a constellation fist bump. How about that? Let's get that on right on top of my head. Take care.